Este líder musulmán vio a Jesús y pasó esto.
I interviewed this one guy, Swadik. Okay, so he's not a believer in Jesus. He was actually an apologist for Islam. So he would fight in the streets against Christians, why they were wrong, and these people from the Anglican Church pray for him, and he's healed. And he's healed, and he didn't know what to do with that. And then, like a year and a half later, he gets blood cancer. And it's 4th stage blood cancer. And so they put him on palliative care. He's going to die. And his mom actually worshiped the African goddess Beko. His dad was a sheikh, so an imam in the Muslim faith. Nothing the Muslims do could heal him. Nothing Beko could do could heal him. His mom, out of desperation, knowing that he had been healed after they prayed, in Jesus' name, goes to the Anglican Church and says, will you ask Jesus, your God, to heal him? And they said, yes, we will, but you need to pray to him too. Swadik dies, and he is in this hellish place. He called it, he said to me, it was like a slaughterhouse. And these 3 human-like but very distorted creatures come in, and they're about to like put the axe through his chest. It's like a torture. And he says, into this room steps this man of light in a robe with a beard, and he holds out his hands, and in his wrists are holes, and light coming out of them, and light coming out of him into me, Swadik said, like looking right through every part of me. And he said, and I felt a peace and a warmth, because he was terrified, and suddenly he's at peace. And he said, I knew who this was. And Jesus says to him, he said, I died for mankind. You are among those I died for. Never deny it again, and tell everyone. And Swadik sits up, and a sheet falls off his face. And suddenly there are all these people screaming and running, and he's like, what's going on? And he had died that evening. It was the next morning, and it was his burial. He looks down to the right, and there's a grave dug.
Wow.
And he goes, Jesus saved me. Jesus brought me back from hell. And half the Muslims are just freaked out, and half of them came to faith that day. But here's the thing. He is now an Anglican pastor and has had 7 attempts on his life, including by his father.
Wow.
Because you can't become a Christian out of
certain
Islam.
Place,
So what motivates him to keep doing that? But my point is, he's not the only one who has seen the risen Jesus and the whole...
When I died, when I went, I found myself in a place. And this place was like a butchery. I was feeling so cold. 4 men jumped in. They were having very tall teeth and very tall nails. And they started to try to cutting me. So that very same window, a person entered, wearing a white garment with the sandals, holding his hand, showing them to me with these very big holes into his hand. He told me, I died for men. You are among those I died for. Never deny it again, and tell this to everyone.